Hey guys, coming to you from sunny Orlando. We haven't done a video in a while. I don't know. Life is really fast, and we are now full-time RVing in Florida. My wife Courtney is in residency at North Florida Regional Medical Center, ER residency, and we have a few months out of the year that we have to travel to other places, and one of them is Orlando. So we're here in Orlando for a month, got about 2 weeks left, and I thought I would do a video on a repair I'm doing. I'm doing a couple different repairs, but have any of you, we've got a 03 Damon Daybreak, beautiful rig. I mean, we have a brand new 2022 Forest River Nitro XLR, and I'll talk to you a little bit about that because it fails in comparison to our 20-year-old rig. And I'll tell you, to be honest with you, we have nothing but water coming in and leaks. We bought it from Optimum RV, and I'm doing a whole video on that to show you exactly what you can expect and what you can expect in service when you buy a brand new RV. Not what you thought. We spent $130,000, and we really can't even stay in it. Anyway, long story short, let's get back to the video. Bay doors. Now, this pertains to my 03 Damon Daybreak, but bay doors can have troubles after a while. The screws don't hold. The wood could get wet in between. You might not want to replace the wood, you know, because it's not that bad, but you're going to want to fix them because you can't shut your bay doors and you can't lock them. So I'm going to show you what we did to fix our Daybreak and to get her back on the road safely and sound and be able to use our bay doors and lock them and all that good stuff. I think this is a quick fix. It's inexpensive. And I think it's going to be almost unseen once I get everything taken care of. Let's go see what we can do. So starting out, we're going to see that these latches, this is what holds the bay door shut, where you store all your goods and all your camping equipment or your tools. And this is what happens to them after years of being on the road. These campers are still good. People think that you got to have a 10-year-old or newer camper to be able to enjoy living in an RV. We're finding that to be totally untrue. We love our new one, but it fails in comparison with the quality of our old 2003 Damon Daybreak. So these, as you can tell, these screws eventually come out. Water gets inside of here, and in between this is wood. So you'll have that, you'll have the other side is the outside. There's our Damon Daybreak, is the outside of the compartment. So what you'll have is water gets in there from, you know, little leaks going down the road, whatever. And what you do is over the years, these holes, there's wood in there and it just rots. And so you can feel it's kind of soft around, but it's really not. There's no softness, you know, right there. It's right around where the screw goes in. It breaks down and those screws come right out. On our Daybreak, almost all of them have eventually come out, and I've used little cords down here. You can see these little bungee type cords to hold our doors on going down the road. Well, those days are done. I have come up with a plan to put these back together, and I'm going to show you the finished project right now, and then I'm going to show you how I did it. We'll get these doors working perfectly again for a couple bucks. I'm going to come over here to the side, a bay that I've done already, and while I've changed my method a little bit, it's all relatively the same. I basically drilled holes straight through, the same size holes that you would need to put a bolt through, depending on what you have, you know, what type of setup you have. My bolts are a number 8, 32 by 2 inches long. I did 2 inches long. I measured the depth of the width of the door and went and gave myself plenty of space. Now, as you can see, this one works perfect now. What I'm going to do is lift this up. Now, this particular one isn't that pretty probably because I did get some caulk. I use a marine grade caulk. I use this here, Loctite Marine Fast Cure. This stuff is great. This is all I use on my RV I use it, I caulk everywhere with this. You will, if you have a leak, it'll be gone. And I love it, and when I redo the caulk, I use that as well. So basically this one was my tester, and I don't know if that, yeah, it's already dry. I'm cleaning it up a little bit. But so what I did is I came through and I put lock nuts on here, okay, with a washer. And on the other side, you'll notice I had a washer as well. Let's go up here and take a look on the other side. I have a small washer as well. Now, on my subsequent ones, I put one large washer above, you could do below, and then I put a small washer. I thought maybe having one large washer gave more surface space to hold it better. I found that these kind of divoted in if I got too tight. Pardon, my hands are all dirty. But anyway, probably either way you do it would be great. I don't think it's probably, I mean, I don't think, you could, hey, comment below and tell me if you've done this or if you think I should have done something different, but this is what I've done. And so now when I've got this, my air conditioner is gonna, so now I've got this and I go ahead and shut it, whoop, and it shuts and opens just like that. And it's perfect. I've got a little bit of a cord in there, that's why I had to give it a little bit of a push, but it's absolutely perfect. And I'm able to lock them again, and I'm able to go down the road feeling safe and secure without having those bungee cords holding everything in. So here's my other bay, the large bay in the back, which has 2 locks. And I didn't use any of the caulk on this one. I felt that might have been a little bit overzealous, since I'm going to caulk the outside anyway and seal those up so nothing gets in there. You know, you do it whichever way you want, but I think that's probably going to be how I do the other ones I'm heading to. Now, this is in there so secure, I'm going to tell you, it's not moving at all. But on the outside, I did something a little bit different, because I thought, what if I lost a little more of the integrity of the hole? You know, the wood has broken down a little bit more and a wider, you know, I don't want this thing moving. And so I thought, well, I'm going to use a bigger washer on the outside. I can't do it on the inside, but of course I have this plate here, which is great. That takes up a great big area to help, you know, hold it in so it's got some support. Of course, I also have the cover that goes on, that plastic cover. These are a little rickety too, these holes, but I'm going to just put a little bit of the caulk adhesive in here and run those screws back in, and that'll just tighten it right up, because it's just a plastic cover to keep anything from hitting this, so when you're going down the road it doesn't unlock and open and you lose your things. So anyway, on the outside, again, excuse the grease, my hands are dirty and it's wet. My air conditioner's coming right down on this side. I put gutters on the other day and I snapped this particular gutter, so I had to buy another one. Of course, this is the side I'm showing you, so everything's leaking down the side. But I'll do another video on the gutters too, because we had a leak, and it was hard to find, but we finally found it, and it was a leak that's been happening for years and years, and it just, you know, I'm not a professional, but it took me a while to figure it out, and I finally got up and started cutting things away, and I figured out exactly where it was coming from. And you probably, maybe some people have experienced it as well. But here, I put one large washer here to take up some more surface area, give me more stability on the outside. I was going to try to, you know, make a special plate here and drill holes, but I thought, you know what, this is so cheap and easy, and I'm going to put some you know, Rust-Oleum white, or probably what I'll use is like the Flex Seal, or I'm also going to try to actually just caulk it very nicely with the marine caulk, and do it that way, and then no water is going to get in there. We're not going to have any issues, and it's going to be ready to go. Now again, I got a cord coming out of here because I'm doing some other work, but it shuts very nice and opens very nice, just like that, and shuts again. Look at that. Oh, backfire. But shuts and closes very nicely, locks nice, and everything is back in action. Whereas before, again, I had those bungee cords holding it, and they would clip together, but nothing was staying. Everything was falling apart, and the screws were coming right out. So I think we've done a pretty good job at taking care of this, and I'll give you a quick video to show you exactly what I did to get it to put the holes in and things like that, which is very simple. But I think a lot of people have an issue thinking, oh my God, I don't want to put a hole on the outside of my camper. But, you know, it's not a big deal. As long as you caulk it, and as long as you're using precautions for water. Water is not a RVer's friend at all. So that's something we want to address in anything that we do. All right, first things first, we're going to take these covers off and then get started replacing the bolts, replacing the screws and putting bolts in. Okay, now that that's off, we're going to go ahead and remove the take those off, and we're on to better days. Next thing we're going to do is drill our hole the size of our bolt right through, all the way through to the outside. There we go. Whoops. Oh, I got that on wrong. All right, we'll try it again this way. We're going to go straight on through. All right, we'll try it again this way. We're going to go straight on through, right to the side. All right, we got our washers, our lock nuts, and got our bolts that we're going to put through. So now we're going to hook this back up and be done in a few minutes here. And boom, it's done. Look at that. Perfect. Shoot a little WD-40 in there, put the cover back on, and we'll have another working day. Here we are all complete, and give you a quick overview so you can see what the doors look like. There we go. And I did small ones here because the holes were too close together, but on the ones that I could, I did the larger washer, and I've got some fingerprints on there, so excuse the dirt, but we're going to give her a nice bath today now that everything's dried, and I think we've done a really good job. Well, it's a nice sunny Florida day, and I feel like I got a lot accomplished. I tried to do a project here and there, and so that was my project today. I did all of my bay doors, even the ones that were a little rickety that I think are going to go eventually. That way I don't have to worry ever again about that project, probably for the life of the motorhome. I think I'm pretty well set, but it's the Amazing Adventure. We're having lots of fun. We're doing lots of things. I'm going to try to update you in the coming weeks. We've been really off grid, to be honest with you, enjoying family. Courtney's starting her residency. You know, we've been moving into our new place. I'll have to show you that, our new rig. I'm going to do a video on that. And so hopefully you keep up with us, but make sure you share this with your friends, share our page with our friends, all of our friends that we have out there in the RV world and the world of manifesting the real you, manifesting your dreams. And we're the Mason family, and we're doing it right now, every day, little by little. We're making steps to go further in our dreams, of what we want to do as people going through this life one time, right now. And I hope you're doing the same thing. All right, we love you all, and talk to you soon.